Among monsters and beasts, I was never meant to blend in. I was born to rule. I am the king. Welcome to the DKing Combat Podcast. This podcast is about strength, discipline, martial arts, and becoming the strongest version of yourself, physically, mentally, and spiritually. My name is Saad Iqbal, aka DKing Saad, founder of the DKing Combat System, D as in Dragon, Dragon King Combat System. And today we're going to talk about something very important: why strength still matters in 2026. So let's begin with the first topic. What is the problem with the modern society? The problem with modern society. Now, if we look at the world today, technology has made life way easier than ever before in human history. Food is easier to get, transportation is easier to get, work is easier, but something important has also been lost: hardship. And hardship is what builds strong human beings. If we look at the history of our grandparents and ancestors, most of them used to work extremely hard physically, and many of them were in phenomenal shape. Even my own grandfather, he was in crazy shape, super strong person. For most of human history, strength wasn't optional. People had to walk long distances, they had to work with their hands, they had to fight to survive. Even my grandma, I remember I used to spend my summer vacation with my grandma in her village. She passed away around 82, 83. Till that time, she will wake up in the morning. She will go milk the cows and buffaloes, feed them, and all the stuff she was doing by herself. She was physically super fit. She did not ever use any cane to stand. She was walking on her own and everything else. So that's why it's very different now. But today, if we look, many people sit for hours in front of screens. Bodies are getting weaker because of that. Discipline is disappearing because everything is easy, and people are losing connection with their physical nature. So what's happening? Even when I see myself, I'm training these young kids, sometimes I look at them and think, when I was their age, I had so much energy. I'm telling you, my dad used to tell me, what are you trying to do, break the house down? Because I used to practice all the time. But if you look at the new generation or teenagers, kids who are growing now, many of them just want to sit on a couch, play video games, and stay super comfortable. Like, I'm not against technology, I love technology, but we have to find balance, because if we lose our connection with the physical strength, we lose something very important about being human. It's very simple truth. Human beings were built for strength, for the movement, to do things, not just for sitting around. It's like you leave a Bugatti in a garage, or in your, don't use it ever, it's gonna collapse at a certain time. It's nothing but a tin. So the Bugatti, when it's super expensive, super powerful car, it's still gonna be a piece of junk if you don't use it. So the more we train the body for strength, the stronger we become. This is very common. Everybody knows when you start gym, you are not that long. Over the time, if you continue, you start becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. Why strength is important? Now you may ask why I'm talking about strength a lot, why it's important, blah, blah, blah. But most people, when it comes to strength, the first thought come in their mind is muscle, bodybuilding. But it's not like that. It's not just that. Strength is much more than that. Strength affects every part of your life. When you train your body, your health improves, your posture improves, your hormones improves, your energy level increase. Imagine, I'm training people, young, old, all different ages, and all they want is just to have a movement, just to have enough strength to move around. But whereas if they continue training from very young age, it won't happen. They will be super strong at that age because they will have so much power built up over the course of time. Now, what is more important is training builds mental strength, and every workout you put in, it'll teach you a discipline. You will learn being consistent, become disciplined, because you know that without discipline, you cannot achieve anything. Because motivation is coming, going, depends on the mood, this, that. But if you are disciplined, you will always achieve what you want to do. When you don't feel like training, but you still go and train, that's where the real growth happens. And that discipline start affects other areas of life. What happens when you do super high discipline and you training and all that stuff? Your focus improves, your work improves, you feel more confident. And why? Because deep inside, you know something most people don't. You know that you can push yourself beyond comfort. For example, imagine doing heavy squat. At the first, you cannot lift much weight, but gradually you get stronger, and one day you attempt a really heavy lift. In that moment, you will feel your entire body working. Your heart is pounding. It feels like you're carrying a whole world on your shoulders, and your whole life flashes in front of your eyes. But when you complete that lift, let me tell you, the confidence, the energy you feel afterwards is incredible. It's something very hard to explain unless you experience it yourself. I am sure some of you already experienced it, and I know you guys understand what I mean. For me, strength is deeply connected to martial arts. Why? Martial arts is not just about fighting. So when we talk about martial arts and combat training, it's not just about fighting. Many people, you say martial arts, oh, so you fight people. No, it's not about fighting. Many people misunderstand this. They think if someone trains martial art, it means they want violence. Martial artists, the real martial artists, are not violent people, guys. I know some of you might have met someone, some of you are already martial artists, so you know we are not violent people. We do not like violence. But what is martial art? Martial art is basically about mastering your own self, mastering your body, your mind, having a control, self-awareness, discipline, respect for your body and for others. Because respect is very and extremely, I cannot emphasize more, it's extremely important in martial art. If you are not respectful towards your training partners, you will not be welcomed for long. Because I know sometimes when we spar, some training partners and sparring partners, they try to go like they want to damage you or something. That's not being a good partner. Good partner means you communicate, you talk, you learn instead of trying to break your partner or injure him or permanently damage him. That's not how you do it. And martial arts also give you the ability to protect yourself. That's a plus point. And others, your family, your friends, your wife, your kids. Honestly, imagine how weak a person must feel if he cannot even protect himself. I feel pity when I see these videos of CCTV. Some guy came, slapped the guy, take his up. Sometimes they just kick them and they are not doing anything. They don't even move. It's like they just froze there. That's completely pathetic. Why you have to be that weak? And it's not that it's your fault or something. You can change it, but you choose not to. So then it makes it your fault. Because at the very least, very least, at least you should be able to protect yourself. Have the ability to defend yourself. Because that is something important. Like a person should have the ability to at least defend himself. Because in the real world, that ability really matters. Not because that you want violence or something, but because confidence comes from capability. There is that's one of the reasons. That's why I created DKing Combat System. I combine the strength training, combat training, and discipline into one path of self-development. Strength and character. What's the connection between them? Now imagine, there's something very important people misunderstand about strength. Strength alone is not enough. Strength without wisdom can become dangerous. But wisdom without strength is often ignored. True strength is controlled strength. If someone is very strong physically but has no wisdom, people will call him musclehead. Or in normal local language, sometimes they call him donkey. But if someone is very intelligent but extremely weak and insecure, people will also not respect him. That's why balance is super important. When you are truly strong, you don't need to prove it all the time. You don't go around shouting that you are an alpha male. The kind of behavior usually comes from insecurity. Real strength is quiet. Real strength understands patience. Real strength understands discipline. And most importantly, real strength understands responsibility. Strength and spiritual balance. For me, personally, strength is also connected to something deeper than just physical. Physical strength should help you become a better human being. And what is a better human being? It builds humility, patience, and it should bring you closer to your purpose. Because strength is not about dominating others. It's about mastering yourself, your emotions, your ego, how you react, your reactions. You cannot control other people. We all know that. You can try. It's not possible. But you can control yourself, and that is the highest level of strength. Self-control is the highest level of strength. If you want to improve your life, start with your body. Train your body, then train your mind. Train your discipline. Become strong, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually as well. This is DKing Saad Iqbal, and this is the DKing Combat Podcast. If you have any questions or topics you would like me to discuss, feel free to reach out. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you inshallah in the next episode.